let's talk about homelessness. Now, most of the people who are trying to reduce homelessness do so through advocating for harm reduction and housing first. What is harm reduction? It was this idea that was created a while ago to help prevent the spread of HIV and AIDS through needle sharing with drug users, that we create programs like the needle exchange so drug users can go and exchange their dirty needles for clean ones and hopefully stop the spread of those two diseases. While that's a noble idea, there's no effort put in by these programs to get people into treatment or to get them to actually bring back their needles. So now we've got dirty needles all over the streets of San Francisco. And now let's talk about housing first. So a lot of these people, they ignore the obvious, that the homelessness issue is really an addiction issue. And they claim that if we first put them into housing, then we can push them towards treatment. So that's what the city's been doing. They haven't been pushing for treatment. This right here is a list of supportive housing in San Francisco, and these are the number of deaths at each place. These are all overdose deaths. There's been over 121 so far. I forget the time frame from this column. So, and I've spoken with some of the people that manage these buildings, and honestly, it's a nightmare. You've got residents stealing from each other. One person I talked to said that one of their residents, who wasn't a drug addict but was just mentally just couldn't hold down a job. When the lockdown happened, he couldn't go to the gym anymore, so he started using drugs. And then he started breaking into people's apartments to pay for his drugs. And they had another person who murdered a resident. And so he's in jail, but they can't evict him or get somebody else into that room at the time when I spoke to this person. So this just highlights the problems we have because we aren't being honest about what the real issue is. It's addiction. So we need to arrest drug dealers and hold them till trial, and if convicted, put them in jail, and if they're here illegally after jail, deport them. And when drug users break the law, we need to arrest them and keep them in jail so they sober up, and then put them through drug court, which we already have, and give them the option. Go to a residential treatment facility or go to jail. And that would solve so many of our problems. And then we need to just start pushing people towards treatment. Now, I'm not advocating for going and arresting everybody who's using drugs in San Francisco, but what we should do is have teams go out with the police, and when they see somebody using drugs, confiscate those drugs. Make it difficult to be an addict in San Francisco, but make it easy to get sober and become a productive member of society again. Those are the things I'm going to be pushing for as supervisor. No more sleeping on the sidewalk doing drugs until you die. You're either going to get sober or you're going to go back to wherever you came from. Plain and simple. So if you agree with me, please consider voting for me in November. My name is Jeremiah Boehner. You can find out more about me at jeremiah4sf.com. And if you agree with my message, please drop a comment. If you don't agree with me, let me know what you think, where I'm wrong.